Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Dengar tak? Hmm. Testing, testing. Tentu. Tak. Dengar. Dengar.
Daripada agak susah.
Dengar tak?
Okay, sound check.
Dengar tak? Tak. Sound check. Korang sound check. Clear kan?
Tutup jap yang tu. Okay, tutup. Cakap.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Tes suara. Tes suara. Tes.
It's not you. It's me. I just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's like any other relationship. The better you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between two frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi. Hey, you okay?
I was trying to find a strong Wi-Fi signal.
Well, look at all these things. They affect your Wi-Fi, you know.
What things?
The microwave oven, items with reflective or metallic surfaces, all these can cause interference. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizer, here I have a few announcements to make before the event begins. First, please respond if you can hear my voice, clear or not clear. Kindly respond clear or not clear in the chat box.
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you. Okay, when we start, kindly mute your microphone. Second is, for your information, the registration link is now available in Sorry, for your information, the registration link is now available in the chat box. Can you register your attendance through the link provided? Thank you.
Welcome to Multimedia University, the first Malaysian private university. In 1997, the Malaysian government took steps to transform the Malaysian economy from one that was goods and export-centric towards one that relied on digital technology and emphasized services. Since its establishment, Multimedia University has grown in size, in stature, and in impact, both within Malaysia and across the globe. Now, Multimedia University is widely regarded and trusted for its innovative and useful programs. The university is trusted by the Malaysian government as well as numerous professional, governing and assessment organizations across the world. Their trust is expressed in various rankings, agreements and partnerships with the university. In fact, MMU currently holds a unique position as one of the most preferred university across various industries in Malaysia. This preference is a result of years of hard work as well as the intrinsic need of MMU. From the get-go, MMU has made it a point that it is part of the international community. It drew talent, input and the knowledge from across the globe, and its deliverables were also to be enjoyed worldwide. Another important aspect is MMU seeks to future-proof its graduates. By opening the doors of entrepreneurship to its citizens, MMU seeks to help lay people to improve their economic standing without relying on existing job creators or even on existing economic models. Furthermore, by thinking in terms of helping various industries secure better qualified personnel, MMU has been able to come up with cutting-edge academic programs, some of which have no parallel within the country or even the hemisphere. Thanks to this nimbleness, MMU has been able to help Malaysia break into new areas of national interest, which include financial engineering and content creation. Of course, MMU graduates are so sought after not only for their strong technical know-how, but also because their strengths go beyond their academic obligations. Our academicians are also active. Throughout the years, they have collectively proven themselves to be very prolific, not just within the confines of academia, but also in the development of the respective industries. In short, MMU has led the private higher education sector in Malaysia for more than 20 years because it has played an active role in the development of the nation. Where other institutions teach, we inspire. Where other institutions draw a map, we take the leap forward. Where other institutions opine, we do. The future is filled with uncertainty. What is certain, however, regardless of the myriad of issues that face Malaysia and the world, MMU will be there to help its students, graduates, as well as its community find a solution.
It's not you. It's me. I just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's like any other relationship. The better you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between two frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
For 60 years, University Technology Mara, or UITM, has been the place for acquiring knowledge and developing capabilities. From a training center to now a vast network of universities, UITM has campuses and faculties all over Malaysia. UITM allows for the pursuing of goals and earning a degree in any field of choice, with a mission to enhance the knowledge and expertise of Bumiputras in all fields of study, through professional programs, research work and community service, while upholding moral values and professional ethics. Nestled amidst the greenery and some of the most scenic areas in the country, each university campus is strategically located in places where their presence inevitably provides an economic boost to the local community. The Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer, heading the academic and administrative management of the university. UITM pledges to provide maximum opportunities to pursue professionally recognized programs of study in science, technology, industry, business, arts and humanities. University Technology Mara offers quality education at all levels of study, from foundation to postgraduate. The university has always been at the forefront in science and technology, as well as in management. It is a place where talent, skills, and excellence are nurtured. UITM has a mission to empower the indigenous people through the provision of higher education in accordance with Article 153 of the Malaysian Federal Constitution and Act 173, University Technology Mara Act 1976. Duli Yang Maha Mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong is the Chancellor of UITM by virtue of his status as the King, as provided for by the law. UITM has established 8 centers of excellence and 1 high COE to enhance the scholastic, creative and innovative capabilities of the university, as well as to facilitate and manage research and development. To complete the teaching and learning activities at UITM, the university has made available modern and contemporary facilities, such as the UITM Stadium, the house of UITM FC. With a capacity of 6,000, the stadium is the heart of soccer, and it has played host to an international match in 2009. UITM also has an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the use of students and staff. The pool is also open to public on certain days. Built in 1972, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, or the Pita Library, has grown by leaps and bounds, housing thousands of international titles for all programs of study. Students' participation in extracurricular activities is highly encouraged and supported by the university. These activities would not only equip students with soft skills, but also train them to be balanced and holistic individuals to meet global requirements. As the largest public university in Malaysia, University Technology Mara has produced thousands of alumni who are successful individuals in their disciplines. They are award winners, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in both the government and private sectors. UITM honors its alumni by engaging them to establish smart partnerships resulting in strategic alliances. The alumni also gives back in areas such as academic improvements, charity work, and fundraising. University Technology Mara, Usaha Takwa Mulia.
It's not you. It's me. I just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Here I have a few announcements to make before the event starts. Please respond if you can hear my voice, clear or not clear. Kindly respond clear or not clear in the chat box. When we start, kindly mute your microphone. For your information, the registration link is now available in the chat box. Kindly register your attendance through the link provided. Thank you.
after you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between 2 frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi. Hey, you okay?
I was trying to find a strong Wi-Fi signal.
Well, look at all these things. They affect your Wi-Fi, you know.
What things?
The microwave oven, items with reflective or metallic surfaces, all these can cause interference. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Okay, we will start soon, but now we want to test. IRTS Azizi, can you try to control the slide from your side? IRTS Azizi, is that you? Can you please unmute your microphone?
Okay, I
Okay,
can
so
see
are
the
you
slide.
able to control the slide?
Yeah, I should be able. Yeah, I'm able to control the slide now. Oops,
Okay.
what happened? It's not moving. Yeah. Can you do a slideshow?
Sorry, slideshow.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's a PDF. Do a full view.
Okay, hold on.
Is this a full view? Rino?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, IRTS Azizi, this is the full view. So is this okay for you?
Yeah, it looks okay, but I don't think it's a full view. I need to. Okay. I lost control. Still be controlled by someone.
Okay, hold on. Okay, IRTS Azizi, can you control it?
Yeah. No. I cannot. I don't have control. It's not moving.
Okay, I think now you can control.
It? Is someone scrolling it or I'm using my mouse here?
So korang nanti siapa yang akan? Okay, IRTS Azizi, I think you can have the full control of the slide.
Okay. It's very difficult to adjust the pages to fit the screen from here.
Maybe you can try press the next button instead of using the mouse.
Yeah, it's not working. Page up, page down. No. It's only working on mouse. You have handed over the control to me.
Yes.
I don't get the full page.
Yeah, IRTS Azizi, this is a PDF format, so it's not a PowerPoint format.
Yeah, but if you do PDF, if you do full view, if you should, I should have one full page. This is, I'm not getting the one full page of.
Okay, from my side, I can see full page, just that there is the ribbon on the top. Are you seeing the same view?
Okay. So it's difficult actually to adjust the pages to get full view of the page. Okay, this is page 1. When I try to go to page 2,
Okay, let us try to open it with the different apps.
okay. Can I share the pages from my side?
Sorry?
Can I share the page, the slide from my side?
Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, sure. Can you, yeah, we will give the, okay, we give the console to you. Yes, Azizi. We will start the session now with a salutation first. Is it okay? Okay, while we're waiting for the setting on our Azizi side, okay, we will start with the event. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqadatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to our honorable guest, IRTS Azizi Hadi, Chief Operating Officer, TM, Dr. Mazlan Abbas, Chief Executive Officer of Favorite Syndrome Berhad, Associate Professor Dr. Madini bin Rosli, ISTT 2020 General Chair, Professor Mahmood, ISTT 2020 General Chair, Associate Professor IR Dr. Muhammad Huzaimi Juso, ISTT 2020 Conference Chair, presenter and participants, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 IEEE International Symposium on Telecommunication Technologies, ISTT 2020. I am Azmi Linda and Nabila from University Technology Mara. UITM will be your host today. Without any delay, let us proceed with our first agenda, which is Keynote Session 3. I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, IRTS Azizi Hadi, Chief Operating Officer, Commercial and Technology TM. IRTS Azizi Hadi holds an MBA from University Putra Malaysia and a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering from Wichita State University, USA. He had also attended leadership program at Harvard, Cambridge, and Stanford. He is a professional engineer registered with the Board of Engineers Malaysia and a professional technologist registered with the Board of Technologies. IRTS Azizi started his career with the Royal Malaysian Army as an engineering officer in the Royal Signal Regiment from 1987 to 1996, where his main responsibilities were in planning tactical radio networks, evaluating new equipment and training. IRTS Azizi is the adjunct professor at Faculty of Electrical Engineering, University Tun Hussein On, Malaysia, UTHM. Now, IRTS Azizi is appointed as the Chief Network Officer since 26 August 2019 and responsible for the strategy, rollout, and management of nationwide network. IRTS Azizi was appointed as the TM Chief Operating Officer, Commercial and Technology on 1st September 2020 and is also covering the position as Chief Information Security Officer effective on 1st August 2020. IRTS Azizi has more than 30 years of experience in the telecommunications industry, which includes engineering, operations, sales, product development, and management in both fixed and mobile industry. IRTS Azizi also sits on the board of few subsidiaries of TM, including Multimedia University MMU, Fibercom Networks Sdn Bhd, and Fiberrail Sdn Bhd. Without further ado, it is our pleasure to welcome IRTS Azizi to share with us on the topic 5G TM's Journey for Nation Building.
Thank you, Azni Linda. And Assalamualaikum.
IRTS Azizi. Sorry, you are still mute.
I need to reconnect. Can I?
Okay, please. No problem.
Okay, I had to leave the meeting first, then I reconnect. I think something has gone wrong somewhere.
Okay. So everyone can stay. And please make sure you have registered on the register link provided in the chat box.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Now we are back.
Alhamdulillah.
Business. Okay, let me share the slide first. Can you see the slide?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi. Thank you, Siti Azalinda, for the nice introduction, and welcome all the participants to this morning session. So sorry for the glitch and the delay, despite doing a few rounds of testing this week. So let me start my presentation this morning. What I'm going to do in the next probably half an hour is to share our journey at Telecom Malaysia and share with you what are we doing in the 5G front, and what are the opportunities that we see from Telecom Malaysia's perspective.
Sorry, can you turn on your camera so we can have an interactive?
Okay, I tried to on the camera. I don't know why it's not turning on. So let's proceed first. Okay. Telecom Malaysia actually has evolved the last few decades. We started in the 40s as Jabatan Telekom, and then we've been corporatized. Now we are actually is an integrated service provider in Malaysia. We've gone through evolution of technology from analog to digital to IP, and moving forward, we are actually venturing into solution. So we have two main offering today. One is connectivity. The other one group of offering is actually solution for various markets that we serve: consumer, SME, enterprise, government, and also the wholesale market. So if you look at the technology evolution, we have evolved from copper to wireless and to fiber optic, data center, and moving into cloud-based offering. And some of the services have evolved the last few years. If you look at voice, it started with public switch telephone network. We also operated CDMA network service earlier. And today, we are actually running LTE network, LTE 4G network. We also have fiber network nationwide, and the various services that we have in our stable. Okay, moving into 5G, unlike the predecessors of mobile technology, the 5G initiative actually initiated by mainly OECD and EC in the Europe. There are commercial and also push by the users actually to look into growing the GDP, creating more employment, and also digitizing our economy. And we also understand, reviewing some of the initiative done by the EC, is mainly actually pushing the digital transformation for the vertical industries and to maximize the economic growth. And they believe all these objectives can be achieved while having 5G to enable them. And this slide is quite old. From what I understand, as of last month, there are 82 commercial 5G networks around the globe. And this region, ASEAN actually I mean, is the more advanced in terms of trialing and adapting 5G network and services, followed by the European and also the South American. Okay, what is being promised by 5G? There are three main buckets of services being promised by 5G. The first one is called enhanced mobile broadband. This is nothing more than improving our experience using mobile data today on 4G. It's all about speed, and we can expect the improvement of 10 times on 5G if we compare to 4G. Typical application of enhanced mobile broadband on our mobile devices will be the ultra high density video, the augmented reality and virtual reality, cloud gaming, and so on, as illustrated on this slide. The second one, this is actually application that requires very low latency. It is called ultra reliable low latency communication, mainly for industrial automation, remote manufacturing, self-driving vehicles, or what we call autonomous vehicles, and so on. The third cluster of services that can be enabled by 5G are the ones that we call massive machine type of communication. This is where we require huge number of devices or connections within 1 kilometer square. For example, for the energy and utilities, in our case in Malaysia, for Tenaga Nasional, if they want to enable digital meter and they want to do remote meter reading and all the fancy stuff, smart home and so on. And this type of communication will enable the application of those sorts. There are a lot of use cases being developed by various industry verticals around the globe and also in Malaysia. But if you look at this slide, mainly there are three types of vertical application. The first one actually relevant to the services. The second one for manufacturing. The third one is for agriculture. I'm not saying that we don't have use cases for other verticals, but this is just a typical example that we have collected through our observation. The first cluster of use cases are the one that available today, but we can enable them using the existing mobile technology, i.e. 4G. Typical application are the logistic remote monitoring, to monitor the soil movement, smart parking management, and so on. But the one that very interesting and getting a lot of attention are the one that will require 5G to enable them. And most of these applications are in trial, prototype, and being tested by the various industries. These are the drones for monitoring, those public safety that requires high density or HD body cams for facial recognition and so on. I'll be sharing some of these application later that we were trialing and testing during the 5G demo trial conducted by the government through our regulator MCMC. Then the third cluster of use cases are those that really need the 5G bandwidth and also the latency. And some of them, or if not most of them, are still in development by the industry verticals. And moving into Malaysia, the previous project or previous program was called NSCP, National Fiber and Connectivity Plan. And recently, I think about 6 months ago, the program had been rebranded into Jendela. Jendela is a short form of Jalinan Digital Negara, with the intent actually to improve coverage and the quality of experience of both wired and wireless connectivity, and at the same time set the foundation for 5G rollout in 2022. We also heard the previous the administrator announced that they wanted to launch 5G around third quarter this year, but that plan had been deferred to 2022. And what we want to focus now actually on the wireless front to improve the national coverage of 4G. To remote part of this country, the country, and the plan is actually to cover about 95 to 98%, depending whether you are in Peninsular Malaysia or Sabah and Sarawak. And at the same time, planning, for 5G rollout beginning next year, and probably we will see the first rollout of 5G in 2022 under Rancangan Malaysia ke-12. On the fixed broadband front, we are going to expand the coverage this year to almost 5 million premises, and by mid-2022, we should have 85% of the country covered by fiber, and premises covered by fiber, and the remaining 15% will be covered by fixed wireless access. So this 15% of the country, it is not economical for us actually to roll out fiber network. And at the same time, the government will strengthen the digital infrastructure across sector and also states. So this is the aspiration to have almost 100% 4G coverage in populated areas, 100 megabit per second speed by adopting 5G in 2022. And for your information, by end of next year, the 3G services will be shut down. And we also, the aspiration actually to provide gigabit access to 9 million premises at the end of this program. And where are the opportunities for the country, for the nation? The country actually aspires to become a digital nation. What it means, we're going to have digital society, digital business. This is where the people actually will be using all the digital application and so on. The business also will be adapting digital online business, and the government also will be adapting digital means. This is actually to serve all the segment in the market, from individual, home, SME, enterprise, and public sector. And these are the digital infrastructure that industry is building, which include payment, digital ID, cybersecurity, data, geographic information system, GIS, cloud, IoT, and smart cities. And all this actually will be enabled by the connectivity, wireless and also fixed line. Wireless today 4G, 3G and 4G, and later in 2022, 5G comes in, then we can start actually enabling the high bandwidth, low latency applications. So the government through MCMC actually started 5G initiative sometime around mid of last year, when the previous Prime Minister actually launched the 5G demo in Putrajaya. Then from that, we agree, actually the industry agreed actually working with the government to MCMC to launch a 5G demo project around the country. When I mention around the country, there are focus areas like Klang Valley, mainly in Putrajaya, Subang Jaya, and Kuala Lumpur. Moving to Langkawi, Perak, Penang, and Terengganu. This is the initial areas where we actually conducted our 5G demo project. So there are a few objectives of doing this. First, actually to facilitate and build and also nurture the development of use cases among the industry verticals, and to showcase the use cases to the public, to create awareness, and also to stimulate the demand of the use of the use cases. At the same time, the project actually facilitate collaboration between the industry, intra-industries, within, between industry and various government ministries and also agencies. The 5G demo project actually started, was launched by the previous Prime Minister in Langkawi sometime January this year. It's still ongoing, and for those who have traveled or probably planning to travel after the MCO end of the year to Langkawi, you can visit some of these sites. And interesting observation during this pandemic, starting mid-March of this year, we have actually a surge of usage of internet in Malaysia. This is due, first we are seeing shifting of traffic from office to home. We have two peak hours of usage. One is between 10 to about 10 a.m. To about 3 to 4 p.m. of the day. And the other peak is around 10 p.m. To about 2 a.m. And on average, the internet traffic actually increased about 30 to 70%, 30 to 40% during daytime peak, and 50 to 70% during nighttime peak. And we have also seen demands of new access or new service installation, and we also seeing actually a surge in our international traffic. And based on our understanding, this is as a result of people actually now studying at home, university student, be it public or private university, learning from home. Businesses and government sectors are also working from home, and there are a lot of transaction, purchase, and meetings actually being done online from home. Thus, that create actually a new demand of internet connection and internet traffic in Malaysia. And from what I understand also, this phenomena is consistent in the region and also around the globe. And at TM, we also participated in supporting our government, especially providing either new connectivity to some facilities used to quarantine the people. And interestingly, we are using 5G for the MAEP's quarantine center, and we are seeing actually 8 terabyte of usage during the first part of the MCO, and the other one is at the Sungai Buloh Institute Kelatihan Kesihatan, about 2.7 terabyte of data being used. And Telekom Malaysia is also participating among the other operators in the 5G demo project. This is actually a snapshot of our Digital Malaysia advertisement in Subang Jaya. And why Subang Jaya? Because we actually install 3 5G sites, working with the local authority, MPSJ, trialing and testing some of the use cases like the smart parking, facial recognition for the security, for the police force, and so on. So we are using millimeter wave and also 3.3 megahertz spectrum, and we roll out and we deployed new radio service. New radio here is actually is 5G standalone configuration of 5G network, and we have 800 megahertz of millimeter wave and 10 megahertz of 2.3 megahertz gigahertz of spectrum. In Langkawi, we had a lot more sites and a lot more application, working with various partners in from various verticals of the business, from hotels to food, utilities, local council, and so on. We actually install our what we call core IP based on cloud infrastructure in Langkawi. And then we have fiber backhaul connecting to all these sites. And the bandwidth that we use for each of the sites is actually 10 gigabit per second. And we are using two type of spectrum. The low band spectrum using 10 megahertz of 700 megahertz spectrum. And we are also using about 30 megahertz of 3.5 gigahertz. This is a mid-band spectrum. So based on speed tests that we conducted on mobile device, we were getting 1 gigabit per second throughput with a latency of 3 milliseconds or lesser. This throughput, this bandwidth, and also latency were achieved because of a couple of things. First, we are actually using standalone 5G configuration, meaning that it's end-to-end 5G. We are not actually riding on 4G, because that's another way of rolling out 5G network. In a general term, it's called non-standalone or NSA. The second reason, because of the backhaul that we have using fiber, and the bandwidth is 10 gigabit per second. And the third reason, because we have enough spectrum on the radio side for us actually to offer the speed of 1 gigabit per second. Those are learning from Langkawi. And we believe in TM, we are ready. We have the right infrastructure. We have the right skill set. And we are working with various industry players to our TM1, working on the vertical use cases to enable IoT, to enable cloud, and so on. So with that, I would like to end my presentation and open the session for Q&A. I probably have about 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A.
Thank you, IRTS Azizi. So we now open for Q&A from the floor. So we have one question from Nadia Tulhuda from UTM Skudai. The question is, what are the distinguished features of 5G tower compared to the predecessor technologies?
Okay, in terms of tower, when we first roll out 2G, you can see the tower typical height is about 100 meters. And we either use a 3-legged or 4-legged tower in suburban areas, or you can see radio site on rooftop of high-rise buildings in town areas. So this is the typical 2G tower. When we moving into 3G, we were using almost similar type of tower, but as we roll out 4G, the tower is getting what we call shorter, and typical height is about 20 to 30 meters, and then you started to see a lot of radio and antenna being installed on shop lots, rooftop. When we're moving into 5G, because capacity is important, I believe the tower or the radio will be installed at the height of a two-story building, and you see lesser and lesser what do you call three-story or five-story rooftop antenna. And in high-density areas like the Golden Triangle of Kuala Lumpur, you probably will see antenna being installed at the eye level or at about 1 or 2 meter height. This is actually to address the capacity of the area. I hope I answered the question.
Okay, thank you. We have another question from Fatima from UiTM. I asked TAS Azizi, may I know if there is possibilities of involvement or participation from any academic institution in the TM 5G demonstration project?
Well, I mean, we are always open to work with, any parties, because in 5G rollout, there is one segment, what we call enterprise network. Especially in campus type of rollout and configuration, i.e. Factories for manufacturing, and also for campus type of rollout. So if anyone would like to work with us, I'm open to discuss and look into the requirements.
Okay, we have another question from Bella. Okay, since the education is on open distance learning, what are the plans offered by TM to support the B40 groups students from primary schools to the higher education students?
You repeat the first part of the question?
Since the education now, during the COVID pandemic, we are on ODL, open distance learning. Okay, what are the plans offered by TM to support the B40 groups of students?
Okay, we do have various offerings through our fixed and also mobile arm. We have Unified Home, normally being subscribed by the parents to be used at home. In areas or in if the parents wish or not to subscribe to Unify due to certain reason, i.e. affordability and so on, we do offer fixed wireless access or what we call Unify Air that can be used at home at a more affordable rate. If that is also not preferred, if anyone actually wish to subscribe for individual mobile internet or mobile broadband, we do offer special package, I believe at 59 ringgit per month, unlimited. In areas we have our 4G coverage today. So I believe this is the most affordable package in terms of price and also the capacity per month. On the top of that, we are actually working with the government through MOE. I think MOE just announced about 2 weeks ago some of the packages offered by the industry players for students. MOHE actually. Datuk Noraini made the announcement about 2 weeks ago. You also, if you listen to the budget announced last Friday, there will be a program actually for the B40 This program will subsidize you can either get subsidy for devices or for monthly subscription. I think the details are being worked out by the agencies, and your announcement will be made later once it is ready. So the industry players are participating in this B40 program. So for TM offer that I mentioned earlier, you can refer to our website, tm.com.my/unify.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Actually, we do have a lot of questions in the chat box, but we have limited time for IRTS Azizi. Okay, so I think, yeah, we're sorry that we won't be able to read the questions.
Probably I can take one
more question. Two questions. Okay, I read one from Dr. Nordin. Salam IR Azizi. Does the national plan to commercially roll out 5G is delayed due to COVID-19 pandemic? If TM would start your 5G, what will be first round of product offering? And then since the WRC 2020 has been delayed, does the next version of URLLC or MMTC will take place?
Well, the delay of 5G rollout is not due to COVID-19, but it is more due to economics. I mean, today we have 4G network, and we have not optimized the network. So things that can be done by 5G can also be done by 4G today through allocating more spectrum to the service providers and migrating the backhaul of service providers from microwave to fiber. But we know that 4G also has limitation. Then the focus today is more to ensure that we extend the coverage, and to get the capacity, later we need to roll out 5G. So to roll out 5G, we also need to clean up some of the spectrum bands that we are using today. So the deferment of 5G will allow the industry through MCMC actually to clean up the spectrum band, especially at the mid band, the 2.1, 2.3, 2.6, and 3.5 gigahertz. We expect there will be a spectrum reform in the next 12 months. So that is the first part. The second part on the WRC, we are monitoring, and I believe the government through MCMC is participating in providing input to WRC, especially on the interference, border interference, and so on, and also to include more spectrum band for the use of 5G.
Okay, thanks a lot, IRTS Azizi. So do you want to take more another question, or is there
one more
time? Probably one more.
Well,
I read one.
I need to prepare for board meeting after this.
Yeah. Okay, the last question. Okay, what is the deployment option that TM will adopt to commercial rollout? Will it go straight to SA or NSA first, seeing that we have 4G being invested by Jendela?
Okay, it depends on the application that you want or use cases that you want to do. If your rollout to cater for EMBB, for fixed wireless access, then you probably will start with NSA and latching on your 4G network. But if you intend to do the low latency URL type of application from day one, then you probably need to move straight to standalone configuration, because 4G, if you do not NSA, you will not be able actually to achieve low latency below 5 millisecond type of end-to-end latency. Back to the previous question, what sort of services that TM will offer if we roll out 5G? It also depends on the requirement, but we believe in TM, we'll be looking into vertical use cases. And that depends whether we require, low latency or not. But I think we have a mix of application that currently being worked out, and that will be finalized later. I'm not able to announce, to share it now.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have actually 2 other questions, so we are sorry that we won't be able to pursue that. So as for a token of appreciation, we would like to invite our General Chair, Professor Mahmood, to present the e-certificate of appreciation to IRTS Azizi Hadi.
Okay.
So thank you, Prof. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much.
Wish you all have a great conference. I believe today is last day, right? Yep.
Okay, thanks very much.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thanks a lot, IRTS Azizi. That was a really great talk and we learned a lot. Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you very much, IRTS Azizi Haji. I will now pass the session to our next.
Hey, you okay?
I was trying to find a strong Wi-Fi signal.
Well, look at all these things. They affect your Wi-Fi, you know.
What things?
The microwave oven, items with reflective or metallic surfaces, all these can cause interference. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
Welcome to Multimedia University, the first Malaysian private university. In 1997, the Malaysian government took steps to transform the Malaysian economy from one that was goods and export-centric towards one that relied on digital technology and emphasized services. Since its establishment, Multimedia University has grown in size, in stature and in impact, both within Malaysia and across the globe. Now, Multimedia University is widely regarded and trusted for its innovative and useful programs. The university is trusted by the Malaysian government as well as numerous professional, governing and assessment organizations across the world. Their trust is expressed in various rankings, agreements and partnerships with the university. In fact, MMU currently holds a unique position as one of the most preferred university across various industries in Malaysia. This preference is a result of years of hard work as well as the intrinsic nature of MMU. From the get-go, MMU has made it a point that it is part of the international community. It drew talent, input, and the knowledge from across the globe, and its deliverables were also to be enjoyed worldwide. Another important aspect is MMU seeks to future-proof its graduates.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry, the host.
Assalamualaikum. We continue our virtual symposium with our fourth keynote session. Our fourth keynote is Dr. Mazlan Abbas. Dr. Mazlan is the co-founder and CEO at Favorite Sdn Bhd. He is ranked among top 50 global thought leader on the Internet of Things, February 2019, and Digital Disruption, October 2019 by Thinkers 360. The most impactful smart city leaders by World CSR Congress 2017, ranked top 10 in IoT, top 100 influencer by Postscape 2017 and 2000. One of the global vision board. He is currently one of the global vision board member 2017. Before February, he spent 2.5 years as a CEO of Redtone IoT and 8 years in Mimos Berhad as Senior Director, Wireless Communication Cluster. He also spent 13 years in Celcom Mobile Operator, handling many senior management positions. Prior to Celcom, he spent 10 years as an associate professor at University Technology Malaysia. He was the adjunct professor for UTM from 2008 until 2013, UTHM from 2004 until 2005, and 2013 until 2016. University Technology Petronas from 2018 until 2019, and University Sultan Zainal Abidin Uniza from 2017 until 2018, and University of Malaysia Unimai from 2017 until 2019. Dr. Mazlan is a frequent speaker at many major and established IoT, IR 4.0, smart cities, and telco conference locally and globally. He sit in Industry Advisory Panel IAP local universities. He graduated from University Technology Malaysia with BEE, University of Essex with Master in Telematics, and University Technology Malaysia with a PhD in Telecommunication. He also received a honorary doctorate in Electrical Engineering from UTHM in 2017. He also a TEDx speaker. Now, without further delay, let's welcome Dr. Abbas to share to us on topic of challenge of IR 4.0. Please welcome.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Madam Chairperson and to all of the members here, the audience. It is an honor for me to be one of the keynote speakers and also one of the sponsors for this event. I think we have seen that how the way telecommunications have changed, the way that we do things now, because otherwise, before this, just before this 10 o'clock, I was with a different session. If in physical form, I might be, traveling from one place to another place. It's quite impossible for me to reach there within 1 minute. This is how technologies can play a role. Talking to one session in different areas, another session in a different area. So that's one of the best part about telecommunication. So ISTT is very, something that we have been feel that is very important because that's what telecommunications advantage can play a role in this kind of event situation. So let me talk to you about the challenges of IR 4.0. This is one of the topics that I would like to share with you today, and also about Internet of Things. Yeah. So this Internet of Things and IR 4.0 is something which cannot be separated. The reason being is that most of the time that people are not aware about IoT is because only some recently that we have heard about IoT, but many people didn't realize that Internet of Things, the word has been coined since 1999 by Kevin Ashton. So we call him the father of IoT. So at that time when he was in the stage where he was working in Procter & Gamble, what happened is that he had difficulty to check the inventory of the lipsticks, the different colors of lipsticks and all that. So when he worked in MIT, they are using RFID as one way to do for credit card and all that, but he used RFID to track the inventory stocks. So then at that time, that's where he coined that term Internet of Things. But unfortunately, Internet of Things takes a long time to reach here in many countries, especially like Malaysia. If you take a look at Malaysia, for example, if you take a look at the Google Trends, you search Malaysia and you search IoT, it's only 2014 that people start to Google, hey, what exactly is IoT? So it's 2014 now, it become increasingly high. I mean, people are searching about the word Internet of Things to know what IoT can play a role. And then in relation to that, IR 4.0, or we call Industry 4.0, Industry 4.0, IR 4.0 have been coined since in World Economic Forums in 2014. But Malaysia only started to Google in 2018. And that's the reason being is because the Industry Forward was recently launched at that time. So people would just want to know what exactly is Industry Forward. So they start to Google and we see that there's an increasing number of awareness. One of the main important of we see that this new technologies is so important is because every time a technology comes in, it will change the way that we do things, we do the business. And a lot of organizations, sometimes they realize that impact, but they are very slow in embracing or adopting new technologies. And when that happens is that they will face a lot of issues, because we see that technologies, when every 3 to 7 years, new technology will comes in. Even like the 4G and 5G, every 5 years, you see new technologies being matured and new technologies being coming in to the place. So every 3 to 7 years, organizations need to relook the way that they do things. Otherwise, you see that only 19% are still in existence today. The last 50 years, only 19% of the companies are still in existence. So they need to survive in this 21st century by making sure that they are still relevant. So technologies plays a very big role in the way they do business, or we call the 7M of the businesses. The impacts that they happen is not only for one case. One is they look at the manpower, the way that technology can play a role in either decreasing the way that the number of manpower, or how manpower can utilize technology to make it better. And the way that they manage their materials, the inventories, the way that they look at their machines, utilizations of the machine, the uptime, the downtime. They look at the way that they do things, the processes, whether they can increase or reduce it. The way that they can reach to the market, not only local market, they can even go to global market. The way that they can create new businesses, new products, create new revenue streams, making more money. And because of technology like IoT can gather a lot more data, it's becoming a very good tool for them for decision-making process. So management requires data. So these are the way that the impacts of technologies to all the 7M of the business. So it's important for us to understand that impact. As we see that previously, we have companies who build products in silos, camera companies, audio companies, video companies, email companies. Now you're seeing that a machine like a device like a smartphone can converge all the services together into one single device. Sometimes a lot of companies are no longer relevant in their own business. They have to change. They have to transform. So the power of that phone is becoming bigger than before. This is the reason why I said the technologies that comes in actually comes in ripples of the technology. Smaller ripples, when they join to with other technologies, becoming a bigger ripples. So when the right technologies combine and merge, it become more powerful. It become a tsunami. So the reason that we are seeing like internet, for example, have been facing these three kind of tsunami. The way that we do internet on a fixed internet, on desktops, internet cable and all that. So, but the moment technology like smartphone have been introduced, you have internet in your pocket, the power of knowledge in your pocket. You can grab information everywhere. Just we don't have to walk around. But when the things are now being connected, it becomes the tsunami that we're facing now. Anything that you can imagine of can be connected to the internet. But again, I think Internet of Things need to be redefined in a very simple way. So I made this, we made this definition slightly different. So because people have defined differently, they look at one aspect of IoT, but IoT comes in 4 main components. So if you have these 4 components, then we are really in the IoT business. So for example, sensors and actuators. Sensors and the actuators is the one that control things. But if you look at one, the way that we sense things by the human, the analog sensors are now being turned into digital sensors. So digital sensors are much more, can be easily quantified. It can tell you the right temperature, what kind of gas, the kind of temperature, the pressure, what is the humidity level. So only humans can tell you as the warm, cold or something like that, but digital sensors are much more accurate. Then the second part is that the way that you want to send the data out, you must have the right connectivity. So it can be either fixed using your Ethernet cable or your fiber optic, but mainly because of wireless, mainly because of the device of the sensors are small, it can be placed anywhere. Wireless is the main key technology. So wireless can be in many forms. It can be as near as your body area network, body area network, which RFID, NFC, or it can be a little bit further using Zigbee, Bluetooth, and then you even have Wi-Fi, or you can even have 3G, 4G, and then 5G. But now with IoT, they have introduced what they call LP1 technologies. LP1 is one of the new technologies, low-powered wireless area network. In this technology, you can have, like in Malaysia, we have launched three kind of networks, which is NB-IoT, narrowband IoT, by Telekom Malaysia. We have Maxis, we have Satcom. So these are the licensed spectrum. Then we have LoRa, unlicensed spectrum, which anyone can launch that if they want to. And then we have another operator on Sigfox. Esperante is launching on that kind of services. So we have these three IoT network, which have better coverage, with cheaper services, I would say. Yeah? So they have consume less power. So that's the connectivity part. But the third component is also very important because it's one of the key elements to aggregate all the sensors data. Because people design with different connectivity protocol, so you might have a platform that can easily create and connect all these sensors together, which have different protocol. So we have that what we call the middleware. So from this middleware, you have an open API, so you can extract the data and you can create your own applications. That's the fourth component. You can create your own applications with certain workflow, with different alerts. You have analytics engine, AI. You have big data analytics. You can create more insights of the data for decision-making process. So these are the four main components of IoT. And then, in relation to the industrial revolution, what we are seeing is that suddenly we are being pushed this term called fourth industrial revolution. But sometimes we tend to forget what's the first, second, and third. And sometimes the word revolution also plays a big role. Because people misunderstand that revolution is a very sudden, disruptive change. It's not evolution. Evolution is a very slow and gradual. So are we facing the evolution thing, or we are facing this revolution thing? Are we in very disruptive? Or are we just talking a very slow, gradual adoption of technology? Yeah. So if we are slow, then we actually don't tell us that we are revolution. We are industry evolution. And so if you look at the industry revolution, it started off with manufacturing sectors. So that's where they define the term industry 1 and 4. So industry 1, as you know, that is all about mechanization process, steam engine, and then when they introduce electricity, they have the capability to produce in bigger production, mass production. They have assembly line to do that, electrical powered. In the era where 3.0, electronics are being introduced, automation, computers, so you have online thing. So, but in the 4.0, when the things are being connected, so you have cyber physical things, or the IoT. But I would like to define slightly different way, because we are talking about industrial revolution. It's not industry revolution. Industry 1 is IR. So industrial revolution covers a bigger coverage, I would say, because manufacturing is one of the sector, but we also have healthcare, we have education, we have agriculture, we have retail, you have many sectors. So, or construction. So everyone have their own, phase of industrial revolution. So you got to understand that when we talk about industrial revolution, we need to understand how we use this technology in our daily life. Yeah. So for example, if we are talking about 1.0, if you are using manual and physical tools, you are still in that era. Remember the era of 1700s? They are using manual and physical tools. When you are using electricity, your equipments are electrical powered only, then it's only 2.0. When it's online, internet, you have database, you are 3.0. When you have intelligence, you have enough data, you make more intelligence decision-making process through IoT, AI, and all that, you are in the era of 4.0. So technologies like robotics, drones, these are the new era. Augmented reality, virtual reality, these are the new era of 4.0. So, for example, when Malaysia introduced Industry Forward, they have defined some pillars of technology. Some of the pillars technology like big data analytics, AI, augmented reality, IoT, cloud computing, robots. These are the new the pillars of technology that's been defined in the manufacturing sector. But if you're in different sector, industry, you might have a different way of using the technology. For example, in construction, they might use BIM, building information system, modeling. They might use advanced building materials. They might use what they call autonomous construction. That might be like robots lah. Okay. So they might have prefabrication. So they define differently of what technologies are considered as a 4.0 thing in that era. Okay. So in the way that we look at IR 4.0, the impact is like, it started off with initial connectivity. You put a very basic level of collection of data. And then you can do some process automation by extracting the data. You can maximize the way that you look at things. You can create a better workflow process. And then you might even create your own new business models. That's how people look at IR 4.0 how it benefits us. Yeah? So when we look at all of these things, take a look back at where are we exactly in this era. So people ask us, we have been talking so much about IR 4.0, but are we really there? Or do we really in this era now, or we are still in a very old era? So if you look at education, for example, education is the way that you guys are mainly in this area. So if in education, if you're still using physical manual things, like blackboard, whiteboard, so you are still in the era of teaching 1.0. So if you're using an OHP projector, overhead projector, electrical powered, with transparency, you are in 2.0 still. If you're in 3.0, this is what we are now, having a webinar, talking online, teaching online, using computers, internet, and all that, we are in 3.0. But are we really in 4.0? 4.0 is when you're using augmented reality for teaching, you're using virtual reality. You might even have replaced the lecturers with robots or teachers with robots. That's when the technology plays a role in this era. So are we in 4.0 or are we still at 3.0? So most of us in the urban area, maybe they say, I'm 3.0. Now, we are seeing a lot of people are using 3.0. But a lot of people in the rural areas, they are still 1.0. Taking time for them to move towards electrical or even online. Even shopping. Shopping, I think, is the best way for us to show that, very advanced. Sometimes we are still using that, cash to do the transaction. I owe you booklet, the buku 35 thing. And then you are using cash register to exchange money transaction. That's electrical powered. Or you might even use online credit card to do the transaction payment. So 3.0, which is mainly what we are doing now. And maybe most of us have changed into using e-wallet and all that. So that's that kind of transaction, maybe using artificial intelligence, IoT, using your watch to do that transaction. We are at 4.0. So basically, when people ask you where you are in whichever vertical, are we in 4.0 or not? So we made a survey, and people says that we are still 2.7. Yeah, on average, they say we are 2.7. A lot of us have still not online. A lot of them are still having a pen and paper. A lot of them are still using only spreadsheet, doesn't have their proper database. A lot of them are still using machines which are disconnected. So mainly we are not in that era. Yeah. So once we have that, we feel that there's a lot more opportunities for us to move forward. But we we also see that technologies like this, sometimes people are not willing because they are scared about the technologies. They think that technologies will replace them, like robots, for example. Robots are replacing the customer service. They are doing that in SoftBank. We see Sophia, one of the example that become the citizen of Saudi Arabia. We have Simon, the one that can is an artificial intelligence robot that can float around. It can replace the astronaut at ISS. Maybe they said, why bring a human being when just a robot can take some data, can help them in answering certain questions. So they have a small device there that can stay longer as compared to human. Yeah. So yes, it's true that technologies can a lot of times can replace the jobs. It depends on what kind of jobs. Engineer, for example, they say that engineer is unlikely lah. They because of automation, they are least likely to be replaced, because I think engineers have that creativity, that innovation, and also that empathy too when doing things. Especially medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, they have the empathy, which robots or automation cannot take that role. Yeah, so they are least likely to be replaced. But jobs like construction workers, anything that work in very dangerous places, in dirty places, and things which is very repetitive, things that requires you places that people have very difficult to enter and all that, you need machines to take that role, and machines have been designed to do that, and these are the construction workers that will be replaced. So if you go to this website, you can check it out. What is your career? When you graduate, you say I am something. What is the most likely whether you are being replaced or not? Will a robot will take your job or not? Okay, so this is something that you need to check it out by yourself. Yeah. So if all of these things feel that it is important, then why is the reason that it's very difficult for us to jump into that era of 4.0? So there are 9 challenges. Last time I used to say there's only 4, but now I found out there's a lot more challenges that we are facing. It's about 9 challenges. It is not in a priority order, but it depends on each organizations. We take a look at this. One of the things that we are facing is that the new business model, because new technology, as I said, it disrupts the way that we do things. A new business model need to be created. So people have to be creative in defining this new way of doing things. Secondly, the rethinking process. Technology can replace certain process, as I mentioned to you just now, and it might also replace, reduce a lot of red tapes and all that. And then the business case. A lot of times people have difficulty to take that first step because they just don't know where to start. What's their main problem? Which is the impact that they should focus on? Which is the main problem that they should focus on? The pain point. Because a lot of times when we meet customers and they will ask us, I want to IoTize my company. I want to put IoT in my company. But exactly they have to tell us exactly what are the problems that you're facing. Because the moment you just say that I want to IoT in my company, but you don't define the real problem case, then it's very difficult for us to put the right sensors, connectivity or what. Yeah. And then we must also conduct pilots. Pilots are important to identify certain gaps. We need to see that the actions need to be taken to be really understand, because with new processes, new actions need to be placed. People need to be replaced too, or people need to be reassigned to new jobs. Change management needs to happen because of technologies are replacing things. And then the culture of the company, whether they are very receptive to new technologies. Some people have this old mindset, problem of mindset transformation. Some people have this older generation who just says that I just don't want to change new things. It's very tough for me to learn new things. And then there's a lot of these organizations which have worked in silos, so they have that interconnection problems with their own divisions. And then finally, they have problems because of new technologies, you need to rethink, relearn, unlearn, and learn new things. Yeah. So the talents need to be recruited. So the reason why people are, as I said just now, why they are very reluctant to move sometimes is because of the mindset. The mindset tells you that I feel comfortable with the way that I do things now. Yeah. Sometimes they are very scared because things that they don't know, they feel scared to something anymore for them. So it's just like having that big jump, and you just don't know whether should I jump or not, because I'm not sure whether that bungee jumping that I'm going to take is that the string that attached to my legs, to my body, can still hold on to me, and that's what scare really them. So the only way for them to take that jump, rather than just staying there at the edge and watching other people jump, is for you to make that push. So this push is critically needed in whenever we have that revolution thing, because that revolution is a very disruptive. So we need that sudden thing. So because of that, we don't want them to stay at the edge very long time. We don't want them to sleep too long. They need that wake up call. And we have been telling this many times in many organizations. We have talked in the keynote address. We have gone to workshops, telling the CTO, CIO, CEO, all the chief or the management and all that. But they need that wake up call. Some take that advice. Some takes that in a very slow pace. But somehow this thing happens. So COVID-19 actually make that really that wake up call. We talk about digitalization, we talk about transformation, we talk about telecommunications, we talk about IR 4.0, how technology can help us. Because of that social distancing problem that we are facing now, people are very difficult to, to have that physical touch and all that. We need technologies to help us. So this is the best part of digitalization. At one time all of us have that. I think we still miss that physical conference, or rather than talking to a computer and not watching the rest of the reaction of the people inside this audience. So we have that difficulty to talking to a computer for the whole hour. So I'm sure you guys have that same feeling too. So but still we have to live with it. Yeah. So this is how we do things, maybe for another 1 year until we get the vaccine. So we are seeing this. Reason is that why 1999 and then suddenly in 2014 that everyone takes, interest. So actually it's because of that ripples becoming a bigger tsunami. And these ripples come from various technologies, as I mentioned to you, technologies that we have seen in the hardware area, things that which is very huge, bigger and becoming smaller, very expensive, becoming cheaper. The power of your smartphone that you have on your hands is actually have the same power that send people to the moon. That's what they said. So each one of us have a smartphone. We have that power to send people to the moon. How many people that we send to the moon now? So you tell us. You have that power, but are you able to send the people to the moon when people have done that earlier? So now you have millions of smartphones, and we should be sending millions of people to the moon now. Yeah. But anyway, so we have the connectivity part. Connectivity part is very pervasive, as I mentioned to you, from body area network to wide area network. Everywhere you go, you have connectivity. Software is becoming more simple with applications, tools that have been given to you. Some of them able for you to do the drag and drop thing to create applications easily. The power of that, the number of transistors doubled every 2 years. Like Apple have just launched their own CPU every time when they launch it. And then you see that network effects where data is being generated from all the nodes, the number of nodes. Some of them are interconnected and talking to each other. So it's a huge number of data. So this some of the things that becoming the inflection point for IoT to come in place. The reasons why we need to have IoTs is simple. It's either you want to connect your assets or you want to sense the surrounding. And assets means a lot of things. Anything can become an asset. So the moment you identify your assets, you can start your IoT journey. what do you want to know about your assets? If you want to remotely monitor them, one of the things, if for example, you want to know the quality of the goods that you send. So whether it's in the good condition, whether it's in the truck, the temperature, humidity, or even you want to track the location of your goods. The human have the health. The health is also an asset. So the ability for you to monitor your health. You might have a wearable device that can monitor your assets remotely. And then your house is also an asset. The security, you need to have a camera, a sensors, camera like that, or motion sensors that can detect people in the house. A bus is also an asset. A person wants to know the location of the bus. The bus owner wants to know the utilization of the bus, where the bus is located. And the electricity, the consumption electricity, the parking area, simple parking area is also an asset for people who wants to just go and find a car park, parking utilization. So these are the simplest thing. And also you want to have because you have the assets is moving around in a different environment, you want to monitor the environment. So you might monitor your assets with the surrounding environment. So temperature, humidity, pressure, whatever. So as a product company, it's also good for them when the things are being connected, they can collect the data. They will know exactly how the product is being used, which features are being used, where exactly being used, what time is being used. So they know the behavior of a consumer or the people who use the assets, when it's downtime, the battery, how long it lasts. So they know the wear and tear of the products. By having that, they have this data for them to take back to their R&D, or for example, their product development, and they can redesign with new features. They can take out new features. They can improve certain features. They can value add new features, or they can create new products. By obsoleting the old product, they can create new products because people use it differently. So by having that data information is very important for them. So when you want to implement IoT, if you have enough money, you can go to the fourth level, it's the highest level. Otherwise, you can start very small in a cheaper way, in simpler way, by having that different phases of IT maturity. So for example, in phase 1, you have the ability to have control only. But in phase 2, you might have the ability, phase 1 is I have to monitor. Phase 2, you might have the ability to control things. You have actuators to control things. When you have enough data, sensors, a lot more, you can do optimize. And fourth one, if you have data that can talk, devices can talk to each other, it can become autonomous, it can run by itself. So for example, in the aspect of vehicle industry, vehicle industry also face a different phases of IoT maturity. So you can start with phase 1, as simple as, again, an example. Your car, for example, you said, if I ask you, where's your car? You said, my car is in the garage in front of my house. But are you really confident that the car is still in front of your house? It's still there, 100% confident. How do you know? You don't have a tool to monitor where your car is, right? So if you have a tool to monitor your car is, then the first one is ability for you to do like vehicle tracking. You put a GPS there. Smartphone is also a good example of monitoring other people's where their location is. So GPS is simple applications that tells the location of the car. But is it enough? So for example, after you have offered vehicle tracking, you want to offer a different services. What is the services? If your car is moving, but you are still here, someone is stealing your car or someone is driving your car, your spouse, your family is driving your car away. So how do you want to control if the car is being someone is stealing your car? So that's where you put actuator. So you can immobilize the car, control it, stop the engine, lock the car. So you can have a geofencing when the car is out of in a certain coverage, outside the coverage. So you alert yourself. You can immobilize it when it's not within your permission. So that's something that you can do. So the moment you want to go to the next level, then it's good for another business model. You put sensors inside the car, many sensors that tells you the tire level, the fuel consumption, the battery level, the fuel, wear and tear of the car. Basically, it tells you when can you exactly send the car for service, or your car maintenance, your car workshop will alert you that you require for service. You don't require for service because your car is in very good condition. Rather than send 3 months or 20,000 kilometers, you can send a little bit later, still in good condition. So why should you be in a schedule schedule maintenance? So you can optimize the car. The car will also tell you where's the best route to take every morning. That's what happens when you have your smartphone. When I think if you have smartphone, that tells you the best route for today is this. How many minutes it will arrive to the office, right? Because it learns the routes that you take place every day. So now it's optimizing it using enough data. So when the data is being, when your car is able to drive by itself, can talk to the infrastructure, can even detect other devices, other cars and all that, it become autonomous. Yeah. So it can drive by itself. So machines are now taking over the role of the driver. So every time this new phases of IT maturity comes in place, it disrupts the whole business. So for example, we have seen how Grab and Uber is becoming so disruptive when they're being introduced in many countries. What happened is that they are replacing the traditional taxi drivers. I'm either replacing or they are become a competitor to them. Everyone can become a taxi driver because that's the new business. But what happened is that when they are so happy, when there is a driverless taxi, no one can become a taxi driver. No one. So the jobs have been taken away. That's another disruptive to the transportation industry. So this is going to be, things that they need to take a look at whenever they introduce new things. So when we introduce automation, for example, there are many challenges that we are facing. So challenges, for example, like levels automation. There are 5 levels automation. Zero is just normal, no automation, it's just purely manual. But then when human are still in the control, for example, like speed cruising, but you still have managing the way that you drive, the steering, you're still under like 1 and 2, But the moment you hand the car to have control for parking, for example, the new Proton can even park by itself. So maybe most likely you're at level 3. Yeah. So level 4 is when it's autonomous. The car drives by itself, but still the steering is in front of you. In certain countries, they say that autonomous car, you cannot have no steering. You must have steering. That's the law. So they must have steering because the moment it happens, you have to take control on back of the car. Until a stage where the government says that the regulations that you can drive with the car where the car doesn't have any steering at all. So you enter a car, any vehicles, there is no steering. Just like a train, it drives by itself. So most likely it's a very confined area, control area. So full automation. But, this levels of automation poses a lot of new challenges, especially how do you embed artificial intelligence inside these machines? Artificial intelligence have gone to a certain stage, but how about ethics? Ethics of driving. Every country have its own ethic of driving. For example, I give you this example. When you drive a level 5 car, autonomous car, no steering at all, you don't have a way for you to take control. You have to totally 100% depend on the car decision. When there's a problem in the car, it cannot stop. It has only 3 decisions to make. It just have to drive. Turns to the right, to the left, or go straight. That's the 3 decisions it can make. Nowhere to stop. So if it takes the decisions to the right, it will see that there's a group of children. It will hit the children, and maybe 1 or 2 children will die, right? Or it take the decision, I'll take to the left, and I will hit a group of men and ladies, old men or old ladies. Maybe 4 or 5 of them will die. Or you just go straight, or you will die. You hit the wall, you will die. And that's something that you don't want to happen to. So how do you think that the car will make its own decision? So if things like this happen, people, I've asked these questions and they say that I just hit the old man first because they have lived too long already. The children are still young, so they need, to live. But anyway, if this, because different countries have different ethics. You just go to any other countries in Thailand, Indonesia, in Saudi, in Malaysia, in Europe, in US, they might have different way of driving patterns. But does it be similar? So for example, like this, if this happen, They might say that if someone dies, you go to the court, the judge will ask you, did you drive? You said you are not driving. The car is autonomous. So who is actually the car manufacturer? The car manufacturer owner will come in and says that, yeah, I'm the owner of the car, but I'm not the one that embed the ethics, the software. So you have to ask the software programmer who designed it, the one that managed it. So another question is that if the ethics changes in different countries, do the software needs to be changed every time you cross a border from Malaysia to Thailand to Burma to India to Europe to US? Will the software change according to certain ethics of the country or the way that the rules and the regulation? So it's still a very big thing needs to learn. I mean to study. And again, like flying taxi, it also disrupts another business at all. We thought that everyone can, drive the taxi is driverless, but now the taxi is flying. So what happened when the taxi flies? So that's the reason why we need this pilot trial. One of the things I mentioned to you just now is that one of the key is that if we don't do the trial, we don't know what's going to happen. So the trial have 4 reasons. One reason is because we want to understand the technology maturity. For example, like the flying taxi, it has only 30 minutes of battery. After that, you need to charge. So you cannot fly longer than 30 minutes. You must land within the 30 minutes time frame. So because of the payload, the size of the battery, the size of the vehicle, so it has limited battery power. And so the distance is also limited. In certain countries, you cannot fly a drones without the pilot. The pilot need to see the drones, and they cannot fly near the pylons. The pilots, the drones need to fly at certain route. You cannot just fly everywhere. So there's certain rules and regulations need to take place also. Yeah, so that's why policy and one of the mentioned just now, policy and regulatory needs to also consider, because definition of autonomous car is not being defined in the whole act of transportation. Transportation says that you have driver, you have here, and so there's different definitions. The acts have different definitions. So in certain countries, when the car is no driver at all, what happened? So the market adoption, way that we do things, how people, people says that you can, if the car is driverless, if the person takes the taxi, which is there's no driver at all, do you think that the person will take the car, taxi? A woman especially. Business model, how it will change the way that we pay, subscribe to things. Is it normal subscription based, or is it going to be outcome based business model, a new business model where you pay based on the outcome? Meaning to say that if I want to arrive in Kuala Lumpur in less than 30 minutes, I'll take the flying taxi. If I don't care, I can pay less. I can reach there 1 hour or 2 hours. I don't care. So that's a outcome-based business model. And I say just now, policy and regulatory also needs to be relooked at. Sometimes when the policy and regulatory is too strict, because they need to protect the citizens, but also they need to not stifle the innovation. We need to allow them to spur innovation. For example, when in Malaysia last time, we know that Gojek, the one, motorcycle sharing, Indonesia, they don't have any problem. Malaysia tried to do that with Digo. It's a no-go at the time. Reason being, there's no act stating that you can carry passengers for business on your motorcycle, who's the insurance, the drivers, and all that. So they don't have that regulation, the policy stating that how to use motorcycle for that kind of business. But now they have changed it. So because they have to react based on the new business. So that's why I think the government have launched what they call NTIS, the National Technology Innovation Sandbox. The reason being that this sandbox is for you to try new technologies, to look at all the 4 aspects. Most likely the aspect of regulatory and policy. Okay. So if you want to build solutions, you also got to understand that IoT is all about data. You need to gather all the data. That data comes in many forms. Data can come in generating from various devices, from the land, from the sea, from the buildings, from the cats and the dogs, you name it. And this data comes in very different forms. It can come in volumes, big or small volumes. It can come in variety. It can text, audio, video. It can come in velocity. Sometimes very fast or very slow. It can come in veracity. It's very uncertain data that you can collect from, the truth of the data. So with this data, you can do big data analytics. So that's important. So IoT also play that role in gathering this data. But data alone, people say data is oil, but I say data is black oil. Black oil means that it's very pure raw oil until you can turn this data into something, or the oil into more meaningful, petrol, kerosene, depending on your situation. So once the data, which is purely symbols, you collect it, can be some ones or zeros or numbers. But the moment it can translate or answers the questions of who, what, when, it's better. It's more useful. It's become information. The moment it can answer the questions of how, it become knowledge. When it can answer the questions of why it happens, it become understanding. Of course, the highest part is the human, part is the wisdom. So that's very difficult for machines to go to that stage. But the higher it goes into the value pyramid, is the more people would like to pay, more people willing to pay. So the data can come in many forms from different ownerships. You've got to understand when you own the device, you can become its personal data to you. Either you want to share it, depends on you. Some of this is very private. Organizations make it private. Some may make it public by the government. Environmental data, flood data, traffic data can make it private or commercial. No one wants to install the sensors. You can build the sensors and you can sell the data for some purposes. Smart parking, the moment example, smart parking. In applications, you can build this and ask the right questions. The moment you can ask the right questions, then you can find the right sensors or the architecture to build. When you put sensors, it can tell you whether the car is being parked or not. So when the car is is full or empty, but it's better if you know who actually parked the car, who parked at that particular parking lot, what kind of vehicle is there. Where is the empty parking lot? When is the peak period? It's better. That's more useful. People are willing to pay higher with that. If you can give the information like how to implement a tiered charging mechanism, because you know the peak period, when to charge it, how to find overstayed vehicle, you can penalize it, summon them, you can get extra money for that. Or for the parking operator, they want to know why my parking utilization is low. As simple as that. But by asking the right questions, you might identify the right sensors to put there. Either it's the timing sensors, GPS sensors, temperature ID, whatever sensors that will collect the right information. Otherwise, you'll be collecting 90% of the data, can throw away, only 10% data to be collected is useful. So in this case, once we have collected, different sensors can be in different vertical, home, waste. So you can have different sensors, different purposes, but it's best if it's being parked on one single IoT platform that an application developer can get this data. If this is being open API, you can blend the data and create your own applications. From home, waste, health, transport, office, you can blend this data, you can create new applications. So make the data open. So that's the reason why we have open data. So that's where Fabric, people like us, as I mentioned to you just now, there are four main components. We have the sensors, we have the connectivity. As I mentioned just now, connectivity is our Telecom Malaysia, the player. And then we have platform. Platform is us. We have a platform, IoT middleware. So then we have the applications. We can build applications now. So what we allow now is to help people to create and build their own IT solutions, to simplify them. So if they have their own sensors, but they don't have a platform to connect, so just use our platform, subscribe to the platform, connect using REST, connect using HTTP, MQTT, core app, they can connect it. So they can easily onboard their devices, manage their devices, control them, extract the data. And then from the data, you can do some business logic or, alerts and so on and so forth. And then if you want to create your own applications, you extract the data out. You can put on your own dashboard, custom dashboard, or you can build your own artificial intelligence engine. You can analyze the data. And you can subscribe this. So we open this whole ecosystem to allow people to rapidly develop. Instead of months, take weeks, from weeks to days. And sometimes you can even get your first IoT solutions up and running within 2 hours period by just looking at the tutorial, the codes that we have given to you. So we simplified it. We have forums for you to discuss. So this is an ecosystem that we encourage a lot of people to build. So people not only from the universities, from the training providers, even the organizations use this. So we have more than 170 countries around the world, people subscribing to this platform. You can subscribe it if you want to, it's free. If you want to have a paid version, it's also okay, but it's also free. So we have more than 3,500 developers around the world contributing to this platform. So an example of applications that we built we have is simple as water quality. You see the water quality index. You see the water level, rising level. We look at the weather conditions. We do water monitoring, So this is more environmental. Then we can even look for data center to see their ambient temperature, comfort level. We look at parking. And then for parking counter is the way that the one that we use is just for boom gate, people entering and out. Odor monitoring, you can smell the water treatment, whether the condition, whether it's good, comfortable for the people living around the area. Noise and air pollution around this area, where sometimes carbon monoxide level is high. So these are some of the applications. Okay. Before I answer some of the questions that have been posed, let me go to the last few slides. One of the things that we want is that we see the big tsunami that happens. We don't want to become at the late part where the tsunami just hit us. We want to become the innovators. We want to become the early adopters. Some products, of course, they go into the chasm because it doesn't pick up by a lot of people. So the moment it goes and picks up and it becomes successful, early majorities will come in. But we also don't want to become the late majority when the technology is going to be declining and new technologies are coming in place to replace us. Because we are seeing that, like 3G is coming up, 4G is coming in. 4G is coming up, 5G is coming in. Now we are talking about 5G is being launched and not 6G is being, new research in 6G. So these things is keep on coming and, technologies in cycles. So 5 or 10-year cycle. So we don't want to become a laggards when everyone have deployed that, use it, adopt it, embrace it, gain from it, but we are the one that become laggards to embrace it very late in the market. So how do we start? So the way that we want to start is that when you want to build applications, you can think big, start small. Focus on a certain solution that have a really big impact, and then later you can integrate that to your back-end system, with the existing system. Then you can innovate that. You can create your own new workflow, new business, new insights, new products. So with that, I would like to say thank you. You just join our group session, IoT community by scanning this. So before I end, maybe I just open up for questions and answers, and answers whatever that's in the chat room. Okay. So Noah Asma mentioned that we are still in 3.0. You're right. And most organizations, some says that we are still at 2.0. Yeah, 2.7. Okay. So e-wallet is in 4.0. Okay. Any other questions from the audience?
Thank you, Dr. Mazlan. Next, we are open for questions. Anyone who have questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Okay, you can switch on your microphone or drop your questions in the chat room.
Any questions? I think one of the main questions that people also ask, which I didn't touch here, is about security, right? One of the biggest challenges in IR 4.0 IoT is all about security. I think security plays basically in that four main segment. You can have security at the levels of the sensors level, how you want to make sure that you're secured and not to be hacked. On the second part is on the connectivity. Most connectivity protocols have their own security levels too. But you want to encrypt when during transmission, you can do that too. And then the platform in the cloud, they have also a security level in the cloud level. And then on the applications layer, so there are applications where you build with your own security level. So either 4 are the main components or the 7 layers or SI lah. So any
Doctor,
question? Yeah.
we have a question from Nur.
No, Asma. Currently, Malaysia is in IR 4.0 or IR 5.0. There's no IR 5.0 yet. So the definition for the industrial revolution is up to 4.0. Of course, if you have maybe read some article, they say Malaysia 5.0. Itu yang pernah dengar lah. 5.0 is Malaysia 5.0. But exactly, Malaysia 4.0 is utilizing technologies of IR 4.0. If you are using technologies like, as mentioned to you, like IoT, big data analytics, AI, VR, drones, robotics, 3D printing, blockchain, you are in the era 4.0. Otherwise, we are still at online stage where we're using normal transaction, using database, we are still 3.0. So Fatimah have just mentioned about privacy and security. Again, a little bit more privacy security. Security, as you know, is very technological part. So you need to secure technically by using certain technology. But privacy is mainly for business. So you must have your own business flow being defined by the IT people or the people who define the privacy of your data. Which one can be shared, which one should not be shared. So it's mainly by privacy issues. And how Industry 4.0 and IoT are connected, as I mentioned to you just now, when they define IR 4.0, IoT is the technology in that space, in the technology. So if you use IoT, you are in the era of 4.0. So in Industry 4.0 manufacturing, you can put some of the machines need to be connected to the internet, need to be gathered from remote. You need to know the downtime and uptime of the machines. So Industry 4.0. So you use sensors there. Sometimes you have vibration sensors, sometimes you have power sensors. Muhammad Uzaimi ada mention what will be the trend? Salam, Doctor. I am Huzaimi from UITM. What will be the trend of IR 4.0? So if you want to talk about IR 4.0, they have not defined the definition yet. But for me, because people have their own perspective of 5.0, my perspective is that it has a big transformation based on power, energy, food, and transportation. Once you have that, you can change civilization. Remember when people are sending, when Elon Musk is sending people to the Mars, it's a transportation breakthrough. When they have this hyperloop, can send people transportation in very short time. Half the world can send in few hours. So you can send the whole civilization. You can create food somewhere very remote, and you can get energy from everywhere. Then you can set up a new civilization. That's, for me, is the definition of 5.0. Okay. Do you have privileged digital revolution or revolution? So like I said, because sometimes we feel so comfortable, we don't want to take that breakthrough, a big change. So now we are very slowly, we are transforming. If you see in the current budget that we are talking about, it's more about digitalization. So we need to digitalize our process first. Then we transform that into new technologies. That's totally revolution. So Faiz also mentioned, please share your thoughts regarding IoT implementation in government agencies in Malaysia. So you have seen just now some of the applications that I showed to you just now. That is some of them comes from the government agency. Dr. Azmili from Nexo Prima, do we have any info on adoption stats by industries in Malaysia? So that is being done by industry forward team. So they have made that what they call readiness assessment. I think MITI have that information. There are a couple of hundreds of organizations that have this assessment process. So they look at this SME, where are their status. So Ivanku, what is the IoT motivation to use the more expensive licensed spectrum like NB-IoT as compared to unlicensed spectrum like LoRa? I think, as you know, licensed spectrum is very well secured because it's licensed spectrum and no one can use that spectrum, only by the operator. So any licensed spectrum are more secure and controlled. Unlicensed spectrum is bound to be congested. People can use that everywhere. So you don't have that spectrum allocation, so you might have some congestion issues there. Salam, Dr. Mansur, which industry in Malaysia applying ready with IR 4.0 currently? So as I mentioned to you just now, on the SME part, it's mainly to upgrade their manufacturing process. That's where the industry forward focus on. But the one I showed to you just now, there are some of the scenarios where different industries, mainly either from the government adopting, embracing this under smart city program. Yeah. Okay, that asked Nida. Dido wrong. Why do we use the naming as IR 4.0, IR 4.0 instead of just plain IR 4 or 5? Or will there be a sub-revolution as IR 4.0? Okay, that's a good question. Why 4.0? I think like as mentioned, when we make this, I don't have the real answer, but what I'm stating is that when we make a average calculation, you can see that we have 2.7. That's why they said 2.7. Most likely we might have like 3.7 even before 4.0 flat, So when 4, everyone is using 4. Everyone, every industry. If there are certain industry are still using 3, then we are below that 4. Okay, there's no 5 yet. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mazlan, for answer many questions. So
Okay. Okay.
1 or 2 minutes.
All right.
Have another question.
Okay, Aznilda. Okay, ada tanya question lagi satu. Your comments on startup companies in Malaysia that supports IR 4.0, should graduates venture in startup company to supply or support IR 4.0? Good question. There are not many companies that in this area of IR 4.0, startups especially. A lot of startups they might say that they are part of the whole solution because a lot of startups in Malaysia are mainly software companies. Software companies because it's easier, because application. For us, it's also the same thing. We are software company but we build the platform and the application. We don't build the hardware. So there are few companies in the whole ecosystem that startups are hardware companies. So they build the hardware, the sensors, customize them. So in the whole IoT system, the IR 4.0, we need the whole ecosystem to be in place. All the four players needs to be in place. The hardware, the software, the application, system integrator, connectivity players come in place. There's no single company that can provide the end-to-end solutions. So please be aware that this ecosystem must be very cooperative. And we work, because we are small, so we know each other. So if graduates wants to venture in startup companies, start with the software first. Hardware is a very expensive business case. Software that can support, especially in the application side. You can work with a hardware company, connect it, integrate it, create your own solution, or you can become an AI, big data analytics, you can analyze the data. But there are also some companies that I can see that build their own solutions, hardware, simple applications, and for street lights, for apa tu, banyak lah. There are a few things that they build. Siti Zaleha, I want to do research based on IoT. In your opinion, which area I supposed to focus on? That is also a very frequent question that people ask me. Which I research in based on IoT. IoT, as you know, they are comprised of many technologies. Technologies from sensors, connectivity, protocols, and applications, and AI engine, and so on and so forth. So there are many things. In terms of solution-wise, you can see that there are standards out there being defined. So there's not many research in terms of building the standards, but it's more on the scenario stage. Hardware most likely dah tak banyak ada yang buat sensing element. Just sensing element saja. This sensing element for different case of scenario lah. For example, they want to have IT device for glucose meter yang tak ada tak inject to the body, so you can have constant, so application based. You build analytic solutions research wise that you can have constant glucose monitoring without having every day you want to prick your blood, for example. That's one area. But there's another area where you collect the data, you make sense of the data. So you do analytics. You build an AI IoT, they call it. That's why there is new AI IoT, artificial intelligence in IoT. That's one area. So new algorithm based on that. And then there's security level lah. A lot of security is now issues because you cannot embed every security level in every point in IoT, the whole ecosystem, the whole value chain. Because sometimes IoT the device is very computing power is limited, so you can't put everything embed to make it secure. So computing power is limited, battery power is also limited. So security can play a role depending on certain scenario case. But in terms of research wise, dia dah makin kurang lah, because now it's more implementation phase. People are building solutions. So a lot of more application oriented type of research. Okay, few last questions Bella, boleh? I think Dr. Mazlan, we need to look beyond hardware sensors. Hardware sensors have limitation. However, we go beyond that by using machine learning, AI from data gathered. In my opinion, this is another area that we need to venture in Malaysia. Yes, hardware have limitation because of the cost. We need to compete with a lot of other organizations, especially from China. But we need the ecosystem in Malaysia so that you don't depend so much in China. So we need to build our own ecosystem of hardware players in Malaysia. Because every time when we receive requests, there's a lot of requests to build custom hardware. Because you need to have sensors, you need to have connectivity. Sometimes different connectivities, we need to customize again the hardware. So you are right, machine learning and AI is something which is important. Until a stage where we have enough data, we can do a lot more machine learning and AI out of the data. So Asma, so you are saying that, okay, it's good, memang glucose level instead of pricking our fingers daily. So did do wrong? I think I just pick one more last question, Bella, okay? Chairperson. Doctor, in your opinion, how could all programmers get along with IR 4.0 or lately perhaps IR 5.0, which programming language will have great impact on this revolution? So there's not, makin banyak pula question. Okay. In fact, there's not a single main programming language that's going to be used, because at the device level, you might have a lower macam C++, C programming language at the lower layer. At the higher layer, you can have different programming language of your liking. Yeah, some people use Java to do that. If you use Python for your AI sort of thing lah. Okay. As Mli mentioned, non-invasive glucose center, you can Google about it. Okay. Compare with other countries, what is the current position of Malaysia in this IR 4.0? As I mentioned to you just now, Malaysia in IR 4.0, we are still lambat lah. Because the education system, I think you guys are just when we embarked on 5 years ago, when we have developed a platform, our favorite platform, we offer this to Malaysian players, students or whoever. There are not many people who can build IoT solutions. So then we found out that the talent is not there. We go back to the universities. We found that the universities need to refresh their contents to take note of the industry needs. So only 3 years back, the new contents are now being embedded into the universities. So we will be seeing these contents and this new generation of people with new talents within the next 2 or 3 years. So that's why I said that we are slightly late in terms of embracing it. But of course, we can't wait too long. Yeah. So, but other countries, you don't have to wait. Like smart cities and some technologies in Singapore, one of the very far case, and then you see that Indonesia also have been embracing this, but they are very big country. In Thailand and all that, I'm not sure in Thailand, but they are embracing more smart cities. Japan and Korea are very far advanced. So China, don't tell it, China have been embracing IR 4.0, especially in COVID-19. Robotics, drones are being used, to help them during the COVID-19. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for all these questions. I didn't realize that you guys have a lot of questions. Very interesting. I hope it answers all of you. So thank you very much. And Robohan, see you there. Okay.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
For the great sharing.
Great talk.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please enjoy Dr. Maslan's talk.
Your great talk.
Siapa tu? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next, as appreciation to our keynote speaker, we would like to invite our General Chair, Professor Mahmud Ismail, to present the E-Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Mazlan. Please welcome.
So this is my first time to get a E-certificate.
Okay, on behalf of ISTT 2020 committee, I would like to present the E-certificate. Dr. Mazlan Abbas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. My first time using an E-certificate of this. Okay, thank you all.
Let's give a round of applause to Dr. Mazlan. Before we end, I would like to take a photo for this session. Everybody can turn on your camera and I will snap.
Oh, ramai rupanya. Okay.
Thanks, Doctor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will snap. In count 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, smile. Jap. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry for last one. Okay, freestyle. Okay, thank you for everyone.
Thank you, Bella.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much
the
for your
secretariat.
attention. We will
Thank you, Dr. Mazlan.
take a break for lunch.
Thank you.
We will resume at 2 p.m.
Thank you, Dr. Mazlan and everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Mazlan. That was a great talk.
Announcement to all. We will start our parallel session on 2 p.m. and the closing ceremony at 4 p.m.
as well as numerous professional, governing and assessment organizations across the world. Their trust is expressed in various rankings, agreements and partnerships with the university. In fact, MMU currently holds a unique position as one of the most preferred university across various industries in Malaysia. This preference is a result of years of hard work as well as the intrinsic nature of MMU. MMU has made it a point that it is part of the international community. It drew talent, input and the knowledge from across the globe, and its deliverables were also to be enjoyed worldwide. Another important aspect is MMU seeks to future-proof its graduates. By opening the doors of entrepreneurship to its citizens, MMU seeks to help lay people to improve their economic standing without relying on existing job creators or even on existing economic models. Furthermore, by thinking in terms of helping various industries secure better qualified personnel, MMU has been able to come up with cutting-edge academic programs, some of which have no parallel within the country or even the hemisphere. Thanks to this nimbleness, MMU has been able to help Malaysia break into new areas of national interest, which include financial engineering and content creation. Of course, MMU graduates are so sought after not only for their strong technical know-how, but also because their strengths go beyond their academic obligations. Our academicians are also active. Throughout the years, they have collectively proven themselves to be very prolific, not just within the confines of academia, but also in the development of their respective industries. In short, MMU has led the private higher education sector in Malaysia for more than 20 years because it has played an active role in the development of the nation. Where other institutions teach, we inspire. Where other institutions draw a map, we take the leap forward. Where other institutions opine, we do. The future is filled with uncertainty. What is certain, however, regardless of the myriad of issues that face Malaysia and the world, MMU will be there to help its students, graduates, as well as its community find a solution.
It's not you. It's me. I just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's like any other relationship. The better you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between two frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
For 60 years, University Technology Mara, or UITM, has been the place for acquiring knowledge and developing capabilities. From a training center to now a vast network of universities, UITM has campuses and faculties all over Malaysia. UITM allows for the pursuing of goals and earning a degree in any field of choice, with a mission to enhance the knowledge and expertise of Bumiputras in all fields of study, through professional programs, research work and community service, while upholding moral values and professional ethics. Nestled amidst the greenery and some of the most scenic areas in the country, each university campus is strategically located in places where their presence inevitably provides an economic boost to the local community. The Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer, heading the academic and administrative management of the university. UITM pledges to provide maximum opportunities to pursue professionally recognized programs of study in science, technology, industry, business, arts and humanities. University Technology Mara offers quality education at all levels of study, from foundation to postgraduate. The university has always been at the forefront in science and technology, as well as in management. It is a place where talent, skills and excellence are nurtured. UITM has a mission to empower the indigenous people through the provision of higher education in accordance with Article 153 of the Malaysian Federal Constitution and Act 173, University Technology Mara Act 1970.
It's me. I just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's like any other relationship. The better you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between two frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
For 60 years, University Technology Mara, or UITM, has been the place for acquiring knowledge and developing capabilities. From a training center to now a vast network of universities, UITM has campuses and faculties all over Malaysia. UITM allows for the pursuing of goals and earning a degree in any field of choice, with a mission to enhance the knowledge and expertise of Bumiputras in all fields of study, through professional programs, research work and community service, while upholding moral values and professional ethics. Nestled amidst the greenery in some of the most scenic areas in the country, each university campus is strategically located in places where their presence inevitably provides an economic boost to the local community. The Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer, heading the academic and administrative management of the university. UITM pledges to provide maximum opportunities to pursue professionally recognized programs of study in science, technology, industry, business, arts and humanities. University Technology Mara offers quality education at all levels of study, from foundation to postgraduate. The university has always been at the forefront in science and technology, as well as in management. It is a place where talent, skills and excellence are nurtured. UITM has a mission to empower the indigenous people through the provision of higher education in accordance with Article 153 of the Malaysian Federal Constitution and Act 173, University Technology Mara Act 1976. Duli Yang Maha Mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong is the Chancellor of UITM by virtue of his status as the King, as provided for by the law. UITM has established 8 centers of excellence and 1 high COE to enhance the scholastic, creative and innovative capabilities of the university, as well as to facilitate and manage research and development. To complete the teaching and learning activities at UITM, the university has made available modern and contemporary facilities, such as the UITM Stadium, the house of UITM FC. With a capacity of 6,000, the stadium is the heart of soccer, and it has played host to an international match in 2009. UITM also has an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the use of students and staff. The pool is also open to public on certain days. Built in 1972, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, or the Pita Library, has grown by leaps and bounds, housing thousands of international titles for all programs of study. Students' participation in extracurricular activities is highly encouraged and supported by the university. These activities would not only equip students with soft skills, but also train them to be balanced and holistic individuals to meet global requirements. As the largest public university in Malaysia, University Technology Mara has produced thousands of alumni who are successful individuals in their disciplines. They are award winners, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in both the government and private sectors. UITM honors its alumni by engaging them to establish smart partnerships resulting in strategic alliances. The alumni also gives back in areas such as academic improvements, charity work, and fundraising. University Technology Mara, Usaha Takwa Mulia.
Hey, you okay?
I was trying to find a strong Wi-Fi signal.
Well, look at all these things. They affect your Wi-Fi, you know.
What things?
The microwave oven, items with reflective or metallic surfaces, all these can cause interference. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
Come on! Why no Wi-Fi signal?
Scared you, didn't I?
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi signal, huh? Well, that's because you're in a Wi-Fi dead zone.
What?
Wi-Fi dead zone. In a big house like this, you're too far from your router, and walls can block your Wi-Fi coverage. Expand your coverage with Mesh Wi-Fi. Now, you have internet everywhere. No more dead zones.
just don't know how to relate to you.
It's not that hard, you know. It's like any other relationship. The better you know your dual band router, the better you can connect to your Wi-Fi. A dual band router lets you switch between two frequencies, whether you want speed or coverage. For gaming or streaming, 5 GHz will give you faster speed but within a shorter distance. But when you're further away from your router, switch to 2.4 GHz for wider coverage but slower speed. That's how you can enjoy drama-free connections anytime. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using Mesh Wi-Fi.
For 60 years, University Technology Mara, or UITM, has been the place for acquiring knowledge and developing capabilities. From a training center to now a vast network of universities, UITM has campuses and faculties all over Malaysia. UITM allows for the pursuing of goals and earning a degree in any field of choice, with a mission to enhance the knowledge and expertise of Bumiputras in all fields of study, through professional programs, research work and community service, while upholding moral values and professional ethics. Nestled amidst the greenery and some of the most scenic areas in the country, each university campus is strategically located in places where their presence inevitably provides an economic boost to the local community. The Vice-Chancellor is the Chief Executive Officer, heading the academic and administrative management of the university. UITM pledges to provide maximum opportunities to pursue professionally recognized programs of study in science, technology, industry, business, arts and humanities. University Technology Mara offers quality education at all levels of study, from foundation to postgraduate. The university has always been at the forefront in science and technology, as well as in management. It is a place where talent, skills and excellence are nurtured. UITM has a mission to empower the indigenous people through the provision of higher education in accordance with Article 153 of the Malaysian Federal Constitution and Act 173, University Technology Mara Act 1976. Bagi Yang Maha Mulia, Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong is the Chancellor of UITM by virtue of his status as the King, as provided for by the law. UITM has established 8 centers of excellence and 1 high COE to enhance the scholastic, creative and innovative capabilities of the university, as well as to facilitate and manage research and development. To complete the teaching and learning activities at UITM, the university has made available modern and contemporary facilities, such as the UITM Stadium, the house of UITM FC. With a capacity of 6,000, the stadium is the heart of soccer, and it has played host to an international match in 2009. UITM also has an Olympic-sized swimming pool for the use of students and staff. The pool is also open to public on certain days. Built in 1972, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, or the Pita Library, has grown by leaps and bounds, housing thousands of international titles for all programs of study. Students' participation in extracurricular activities is highly encouraged and supported by the university. These activities would not only equip students with soft skills, but also train them to be balanced and holistic individuals to meet global requirements. As the largest public university in Malaysia, University Technology Mara has produced thousands of alumni who are successful individuals in their disciplines. They are award winners, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in both the government and private sectors. UITM honors its alumni by engaging them to establish smart partnerships resulting in strategic alliances. The alumni also gives back in areas such as academic improvements, charity work and fundraising. University Technology Mara, Usaha Takwa Mulia.
Hey, you okay?
I was trying to find a strong Wi-Fi signal.
Well, look at all these things. They affect your Wi-Fi, you know.
What things?
The microwave oven, items with reflective or metallic surfaces, all these can cause interference. For even better Wi-Fi experience anywhere in the house, I suggest using mesh Wi-Fi.
Come on. Why the Wi-Fi signal?
Scared you, didn't I?
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi signal, huh? Well, that's because you're in a Wi-Fi dead zone.
What?
Wi-Fi dead zone. In a big house like this, you're too far from your router, and walls can block your Wi-Fi coverage. Expand your coverage with mesh Wi-Fi. Now, you have internet everywhere. No more dead zones.